Welcome back to Soul Food. This episode is brought to you by friends and family at Soul. We are so happy that you can join us.
Yeah.
And before we jump into our conversation for today, Caroline and I are just so grateful for all the questions, the encouragement that you guys have been sending into us. So thank you so much. It's a hardship for you, hardship for you as well. Thank you. Today we are jumping in
Yeah.
to something that a lot of people have been asking us.
Yeah.
We've been talking a lot about having the right circle, the people around us. Uh, show me your friends. I'll show you a future. Like these are some
Yeah.
of the recurring themes. And we've got people who talk to us personally and also message us
Mm-hmm.
and ask us like what do I do, and one of it is actually that got my attention is actually how do I become a good friend,
Yeah.
and I want to push it even further, how to become a best friend. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this kind of topic is something that we are strongly believe in, and
Mm.
then we are strongly encouraging people around us to
Yeah.
to also have and think about and consider.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. And so today we want to find out like what is the recipe that makes a best friend,
Yeah.
right? Of course, just a recipe to make a good friend, like what is needed. Now, if you go online, or I think a general knowledge across the board, it's always like good people. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Good people, nice people,
Mm-hmm.
and then they will say things like, oh, people that have common interests. If you
Mm-hmm.
like Harry Potter, I like Harry Potter. I think we can be
Yeah.
friends. But I find that that is just the beginning. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's an introduction for a friendship.
Yeah.
Like we've got Emmanuel behind the camera here. Like, oh, okay, Emmanuel likes football. I like football. Oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
common interest. We kickstart the friendship from
Yeah.
there, right? But what happens after that? What are
Mm-hmm.
the recipe? What are the ingredients? Sorry, needed for this recipe
Yeah.
making
I
a good
think
friend.
when we try to define what is best friend,
Mm-mm.
I think it's not just different from every person.
Yeah.
Like what is best friend to you
Mm-mm.
and what is best friend to cat is different.
Yes. Yes.
But at the same time also like different stage of life,
Mm-hmm.
different age group
Mm.
have a different definition of best friend. Like, can you
Yes.
imagine asking our daughter Ayla, she's 9 years old. You
Mm-mm.
ask her like, what is best friend to you?
Yeah.
Who is a best friend to you?
Uh-huh.
So she'll be like someone that I always meet,
Yeah.
someone that share the
Share
same
interests.
interests. Like
Yeah.
if she likes kuromi, and I like
Mm-hmm.
kuromi, hey, we're the
Mm-mm.
same. We can be best friend. If
Yeah.
you like K-pop demon hunter, the new
Yeah.
things. Oh, I also like it. They become
Uh,
best friend. But as you grow older and when you're in your teenage years,
mm-hmm.
best friend also different thing.
Yeah.
Or someone that I can go to the mall with, hang out
Mm-hmm.
with, or then you grow up high school,
Mm.
someone that I can
Mm.
play truant with. I don't.
Sure. Thanks. Thanks, Caroline.
And in college, it's also different. And then in our stage of life, also different,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, recipe for best friend. Now we are actually focusing on which one, which group.
So, thanks for bringing it up. I think, like I said, sorry, like what you brought up just now. Isla's age, when you are a youth, and then when you're an adult, right? Different phases.
Mm.
Uh, I think what changes are the shared interests
Mm-hmm.
for me. I feel like, today I might like Pokemon, tomorrow I might not like,
Mm.
right? And so let's take that subject, right, into focus here. Can you imagine how sad it is if all my friends are dictated by the shared interests
Mm.
when it no longer brings me joy, or that particular subject matter, that particular topic, that
Mhm.
particular event doesn't bring joy anymore, then we're no longer friends.
Then there's a change of dynamic.
That's the change of dynamic,
Yeah.
right?
You know, I remember, I'm so sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead. Yeah.
So I remember I have this childhood friend, my
Mm-hmm.
neighbor, that we used to play. I don't know if you grew up with it in Malaysia. We play masak-masak. So we
Mm-mm.
have all those like, like plastic cooking ware
Yeah.
toy. Then we play pretend.
Uh-uh.
Then we play masak-masak. Either she come to my house or I go to her house.
Mm-mm.
But she's like slightly older than me. I think she was
Mm-hmm.
like 1 year or 2 years older than me. And I was still in, I can't remember, I was still in primary school. And then she is starting to be in junior high school. And
Mm.
then suddenly at one point of time, I felt that she has a change of interest.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, suddenly she likes all the boy bands.
Mm.
Westlife. He's starting to listen to all those like, I can't remember Westlife and Sing,
Yeah, yeah,
right? And
yeah.
all those boy bands. And I'm still like this kid
Uh-uh.
that don't understand what is that yet. Like, so I'm like every time, hey Chi, I call her Chi.
Uh,
Chi, let's play masak-masak.
uh,
Then she'll be like, sometimes she'll be like, okay lah, come my house.
uh,
But then like, I remember that is when we started to be apart. Okay, yeah, exactly. This is an example like what you said. Can you
Mm-mm.
imagine like there's a change of interest, then
Yeah.
suddenly, oh, you're not best friend anymore. So
Mm-mm.
I don't know if a shared interest is actually a good recipe for a best friend.
Oh, definitely not, right? I mean, like I said, I think shared interest is a good Kickstarter.
Uh-huh.
You know, you could say it's like the introduction of getting
Mm-hmm.
to know someone,
Yep.
right? And I think it's necessary.
Mm.
I'm not saying that it's bad, but I don't think it's sustainable.
Mm.
If Can you imagine if our marriage, right, today is just based on shared interests, right?
Mm.
So that's why today we want to talk about the recipe. What are the ingredients, right, involved in making a good friend, a best
Mm.
friend in the process that you
Yeah.
keep for a long time?
You
Because
are you're very good at having best friend and making.
I mean, thanks for saying that, babe. But I mean, I I, I guess it's the process as well of losing friends, making new friends that and I guess this one of my um, musings. I'm like,
Mm.
okay, what are friends like, and I begin to realize that, oh my gosh, most of my friends, yes, it started off with shared interests,
Mm.
but what actually holds us together
Yeah, exactly. I want to ask you that
are other
question,
things,
like,
right?
because I really think like compare both of us, right? You are
Mm-hmm.
actually better at it.
Oh, I
You're
thank
better
you.
at making. You're better at maintaining, and So I want to ask you, like, since our topic and our title is recipe for a best friend, I want to ask you if making a best friend is like cooking, like
Yeah.
a recipe, what would you put in it? Like what?
Uh, Thanks,
What is
babe.
the first
Yeah, I
quality
mean,
that comes in your mind when I'm asking you, like, what kind of best friend? What is best friend to you?
yeah. I mean, thanks for that. Like, I still got a lot to learn in becoming a good friend. And I mean, before I share my view, I've been a bad friend as well. I've been a friend that, has taken advantage. I've been a friend that has neglected, you
Mm,
know. I don't think the word is responsibility, but more of like just the awareness and being present.
mm,
Like, I went through phases where I just didn't care what you feel. For
mm,
me, all that matters is fun. Is
mm,
everyone laughing in the group? Are we having a good time? And I might, use you.
mm,
If it's correct to say, use it at the expense of everyone's enjoyment. Is that right to say
mm.
that? Right?
This sounds like bullying. Like,
Borderline, right? Borderline
yeah.
bullying, and so yeah, and of course, the mistake of like you do something, you say something, and then you're like, joke only, what,
Mm,
and of course today, older, a little bit more wiser, beginning to realize that, like I said, the beginning are shared interests,
mm,
but what holds a friendship together, or what is the recipe that makes a best friend, right? Also shared values.
yeah.
what are you pursuing? You know,
Mhm.
shout out to one of my good buddies, Johnston, right? Um, I think all these years that we've been together, have we enjoy music, we
Mhm.
enjoy talking about just random stuff.
Yeah.
But one of the shared value that we have is this pursuit to make beautiful things,
Mm.
to enjoy in that process. So like one of it is through songwriting,
Yeah.
right? And what I like about Johnston and that process of doing it, it's the going back and forth,
Mhm.
the going back and forth of like, hey, I got this idea. What do you think? And he'll be like, oh, hey, good, let's try to do this. And he goes
Mm.
something like, hey, let's try to do this. And we have created a few songs in the process, which
Mhm.
we are proud of. And so what got me thinking is that yeah, the shared values that you have
Yeah.
with your friends, like, um, and so that's just like one of the example, right?
Mhm.
But also for my friendship with Johnston, I know that he values integrity.
Mm.
You know, this is a value that both of us have. I know that he values family,
Mm.
right? Shout out to my goddaughter, Lizzie, right?
Yeah.
And you see how he, is there for his family, works hard for the family, protects the family.
Yeah.
It's an encouragement.
And because of that, also, he's encouraging you.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you hang out too much with him, he will ask you, right? Like,
No, he will say, come stay with me.
go and spend time with your wife.
Yeah. So, shared values so important,
Yeah.
because yeah, it can be hard sometimes. Like, um, I, I may want, I may stand for certain things,
Mm.
but then you might be believing in something else.
Yeah.
It's going to be very, very hard,
Yeah.
right? And we have seen so many people who are in a dilemma, who are
Mm.
just tired, and then they end up gossiping about their friends.
Yeah.
You know how many times we've been in conversations,
Yeah.
or people who approach us, maybe, just want a listening ear. And what we end up hearing is like, I wish this person do this, I wish this person do that, I wish this person do this.
Yeah.
Then we are like, but what if this person never change?
Yeah.
You know, what if this person's values remains the same and you are evolving, right?
Mm.
I mean, let's be very extreme for a moment. What if that guy is a playboy and both of you
Mm.
used to be playboys together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chase after
Oh, and it sounds
girls.
like the movie.
Which one movie?
Ah, I can't remember. The character name is Hal.
I don't know
You
what
remember the
I don't know what movie you're watching, babe. But
no, remember that the wife cheated on him, then left him, and he go to the bar and he met a guy who teach him how to be a man, and then the guy actually suddenly not like become a playboy anymore, and then dated his daughter. Remember that?
oh,
I can't remember.
Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess similar to that, right?
Right.
So maybe you are like, all right, hey bro, what's your body count? Ah, this is my body count. All right, right. And then you have this shared interest together,
Yeah.
and maybe that shared interest are shared values as well. We believe that all women are bad. We need to be
Mm.
alpha male, sigma boy. Like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have to present yourself that way. But maybe one of the guys met someone, fell in love, like that movie, right? And like
Yeah.
the world changed. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, actually love is beautiful, right?
Mm.
And the other friend, because of sentimentality, I've known him for a long time, we've known each other for a long time,
Yeah.
and you're still in that circle, right? And so what got me thinking about this, and I mean, this is I guess a big lesson for me, is who who do I want around Isla and Carl?
Mm.
You
Now
know what I mean?
that you are a
Now
dad.
that I'm a dad, who do
Mm.
I want, around Isla and Carl?
Mm.
I remember when we were dating, a few times this thing crop up, like who do I want around, like my
Yeah.
girlfriend Caroline? Like, I don't want like a friend who is, just obnoxious, don't care
Mm-hmm.
about others, that kind of thing. Let me just save him for other parties. I just join him for other one, but I don't want him
Yeah.
around
I
my
experienced
girlfriend.
a few of your friends that make me very feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, disclaimer, they didn't do anything to
Yeah,
Caroline.
yeah, no, it's just
It's just that, for the sake
it's
of
just like
having
very
fun,
different and like
you know?
oh
Yeah, for the sake of having fun, they might be like, after a couple of drinks, they might start taking off their shirt. And you're like, whoa, what's going on? Like, hey, bro, chill. And I remember it was a culture shock for
yes.
you. I'm so
This is college days,
yeah, this college
uni
days, right?
days.
So we are like, okay, you know what? We want to be. I want to be a better friend. And so in that process, and of course today's conversation, the
Mm-hmm.
recipe for a best friend,
Yeah,
shared value
yeah.
is something that is very important. But how about you? What are your thoughts also? What are things that makes a best
You know,
friend?
when I got this topic right, I
Mm.
actually planned to just ask you question because yeah, you know what? It's obvious you're actually better at this, and I'm actually still figuring out. I'm still learning. I
Mhm.
tell you many times, like you know what? I'm figuring out how to.
So I'm not your best friend?
Yeah, exactly that. Like I feel that you are my only best friend. I mean, I have like good friends, quite
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
We get to
Why do you
talk,
make it sound so
but
sad? Like I'm the only best friend you have.
yeah, I'm learning. You know what? Like once you are a mom, this is something that you have to intentionally do.
Yes,
That's
yes.
why I have a few girls. I have a few friends that I intentionally text. Like
Mm-mm-mm.
I even put it in my agenda, like
Yeah.
text this person, text
Mm-mm.
that person, check on that person, or just like a catch up.
Yeah.
But I don't have a lot. I
Mm-mm.
think just one or two.
Mm-mm.
And but most of the time my best friend is you, and then I'm like so occupied with kids,
Yeah.
so occupied with work, so occupied with
Mm-mm.
other things that
Mm-mm.
sometimes I forget that.
Yeah.
But that's why I was like, I just plan to ask you question because it's something that I can
But I
learn.
think it's so important. So sorry, babe. I mean, I think it's so important that the focus of this conversation is not to what is the word for it? Not to talk about like, oh, you must have a best friend or else
Mm-hmm.
you are in trouble. No, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
I think different phases of our
Yeah,
life we will go through different things.
yeah,
I think like one of the things that we were talking a
yeah.
couple of years back, like you mentioned like, oh, babe, you're so sad, sometimes, and then I begin to share with you like how having that friend takes a lot
Mm.
of work as well, which
Yes,
is something I'll share in a
I
bit.
understand it's season,
Yeah,
right?
it's
It's
seasonal.
seasonal. And like, Kyle is just like my youngest son is just starting to grow up a little bit older.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
5 now. And when he was younger, he actually took a lot of my time and a lot of my attention. That,
Mm-hmm.
I just like forget about a lot of things, but he's
Mm-mm.
growing up, But like what you said, if I have someone
Mm.
with me, it's actually make those time easier,
Yeah.
right? So I'm actually still figuring out. I'm still looking. I'm okay. I'm not like I'm so sad and a best friend. No, I'm
Mm.
okay. I'm an in active pursuing.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you know me, like, I have
Mm.
a few person that I time to time text and I will tell you, like, what, I want to make time to just spend
Yes.
time with this person. I want to stay over in her house,
Yeah, yeah.
I will make time like that. Uh, but it just remind me, like when you tell me the story just now, right? Like it reminded me like when I was in high school and then we graduated. I
Mm.
have this one friend who actually fell out of the group of the
Mm-hmm.
circle. And at that point of time, I didn't understand why she suddenly like ghosted us. Like suddenly
Mm.
she
Disappeared.
yeah, which like some of us we did reach out to her once
Mm-hmm.
or twice, which is so hard to get her reply back. But at one point of time, one of us, I think was it me or one other person, like she said, like what, just like I couldn't keep up.
Mm.
It's just a different circle. At that point of time, I don't understand at all. But
Mm.
now looking at it, like I'm also like distance, like in kilometers, like I'm staying far from my
Yeah.
circle. Then like, oh yeah, actually there's a lot of things that quite different.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Mm-hmm.
just that friend. There's another friendship because just so you talk about value, right?
Yeah.
Like a few other friends also. Like for example, if I talk to them about marriage,
Mm-mm.
you know and some of them they have a different standing. If I talk to them about the struggle of ministry,
Mm-mm.
I have a few friends also who is in ministry
Yeah.
back home,
Mm-mm.
also different kind of
Yeah. But so
standing.
okay, sort of as you shared about that, right? Like your friend, for example, like Putri,
Hmm.
you both of you are in different seasons of your life,
Yep.
but you're still good friends still
Yeah.
today. And that's because of shared values.
Yeah.
You know, I know one big aspect is faith.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are pursuing God.
Yeah.
And then the other aspect is like marriage.
Yeah.
And but your interests are so different.
Yeah.
Like she is active in paddle, she is a gym junkie, and you are here actively involved in what we would call ministry
Mm.
or work in a church context, building this community. So very different interests.
Yeah.
But what kept you all together all these years are the values, or what you all believe in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are actually intentional. Like
Yeah.
on big days because we are far,
Yeah.
right? It's a long distance friendship.
Mm-mm.
In the other episode we talk about long distance relationship.
Yeah.
So this one
Long
about
distance friendship, right?
LDF, long distance
Yeah.
friendship. Yeah, we make time on big occasions, like for
Mm-hmm.
example birthdays.
Mm-mm.
Or like the other day, my licensings. You know what? I
Mm.
was really a bad friend. I actually forgot
Mm-mm.
to inform them
Mm.
um about my pastoral licensing. Then she
Mm-mm.
suddenly like call me and like, why you didn't tell? It's such a big thing. And then
Mm.
she make a point to actually video call me and call in another friends, and we are in a
Right.
video call for like about half an hour, 40 minutes, and
Mm-mm.
just like talking and catching up. And I was really appreciative of that. So that's the thing
Yeah.
that she does. On birthdays, she will
Mm-mm.
come and video call me. Then that's what I do the same, like
Mm-mm.
Christmas, birthdays, or
Mm-mm.
sometimes it's their wedding anniversary. I'll just like
Right, right, right.
randomly video call them. I'll just text them or check on them. So that intentionality, other than values. Can you imagine if we only have intentionalities, but the values is not there? Like
Yeah.
they also don't feel that is,
Yeah.
important to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me it's important. The licensing is important. And then she
Mm-hmm.
find it important also. She
Yeah.
actually texts me,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and she actually call me. And that makes, you know, that's also like the things that make our friendship stays.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean these are the various examples,
And we
right?
met only like once a year.
Yeah, right. And again, um, you know, going back to this formula, I mean, we talk about it so much, right? What makes a good friend, it's the proximity, the,
Mm,
the, 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 the duration and frequency, but it's the intensity that plays a part as well,
yeah,
in the process. But, the shared value is something that we often don't talk about a lot.
yeah.
We talk a lot about interests, and if you see, like, just today, the different communities that young people also have, whether
Mm.
on Discord or Telegram, it's always based on like an interest,
The same game they
the same game they play and
play.
all. Now again, that's a good start.
Yeah,
That's a great start. But what keeps the friendship going? And again, this also goes back to the value of who are the people in your life.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think we don't want to take that for granted.
Mm.
Yeah. You were saying something?
No, I was saying that in our conversation about friendship, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you'll be like asking me, babe, are you sure you want to hang out or you want to stay in friendship with this person or that
Mm-hmm.
person?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to ask you, like, you have that kind of question, right? What is the consideration? What is the non-negotiable for you
Mm-hmm.
in making a best friend, in making
Oh,
someone
that's a great
be in
question,
that
right?
position?
I think for me, my non-negotiable is, um, like, are you a person of integrity?
Mm,
I because I don't want to just be hanging out with people who is, cheating all the time,
womanizer.
womanizing all the time, who maybe believes that pornography is good,
Mm,
or believes that, it's okay to have an office fling. Like,
mm,
no, for me those are like, uh-uh, it's a non-negotiable. Like I don't want to, like, if I meet someone
mm,
and that's how they carry themselves, like it's so clear. Like, I mean, you can be somebody, you can be, maybe a person that has influence or
mm,
a stature, in society, but man, if that's who you are, like, you know.
Mm.
And it's also very hard for that person to also be friends with me because
Mm.
they also know that I don't stand for that,
Yeah.
you know. And I think looking back over the years, maybe when you're younger, maybe
Yeah.
peer pressure, you are curious, you're trying to find out and all of it. I mean, everyone will go through that.
Yeah.
But this conversation today is to really bring a reality that the people around you, and if you carefully curate your friends around you, you begin to see a very fruitful life.
Yeah.
You begin to see a life that is worth living.
Yeah.
You don't want to call someone who is just always thinking about fun but
Mm.
don't know how to be in a trench with you.
You're right. Yeah.
You don't want to just call someone who is like, okay, let's up for the next drink. But when it comes like, hey man, I'm having a tough time with my wife. And his answer, right, is like, come on, man, leave her. Join me right now. That sort of thing. And I think those are the things that are for me like red flags,
Uh-huh.
non-negotiables,
Yeah.
you would call it. Like, so integrity is like one of it. Like,
Yeah. Wow, that's good.
yeah.
I remember this season in my life with my friend. I have a circle of friends that we are still close with. So at that point of time, I was discerning
Mm-mm.
between is it their values or is it their season. So
Hmm.
at that point of time, some of my friends they having difficulty in their marriage.
Mm-mm.
They are having issues, and then we are like gathering together, and the conversation becomes a little bit like, I think it's like making sometimes it's in the part of, I mean, it's in the form of jokes.
Mm.
Like, you are in a group of friends, and then you are talking, and then like just joking this and that about marriage, which I don't
Mm-mm.
really agree.
Mm-hmm.
But and at the same time, I mean, like, if I am not mature and I'm not like, if I'm not like, take back and think and see through, see
Mm-mm.
beyond them, I'll be like, you know what, this is not a kind of circle. This is not a
Mm-hmm.
kind of value that I want to be in, because like the longer I'm in here, what if I'm affected? I look at marriage this way. I look
Mm-hmm.
at problem with my husband this way. But
Mm-hmm.
as I think about it, as I sit with them, as I actually listen to them, sometimes it's not even verbally, as I
Mm-hmm.
listen to, the nuances of what they are talking about.
Mm-mm.
Oh, they are going through a certain season in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when I'm discerning.
Right.
Like, you know what? I remember you asked me this question, babe, are you sure? Remember or not?
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, yeah. And I actually pray about it. I'm like, you know what? I know I cannot help much. But if I
Mm-mm.
can be a little bit of help to just like lift up a little bit burden, or just like say a little bit prayer to relieve for like a few hours of a day, I
Mm-hmm.
want to be that.
Right.
If you remember that season,
Mm-mm.
they are in a better place right now.
Yeah.
But like sometimes, I mean, like, not all bad things are, like some of your friends may be like, at that season of drinking all the time and all those things,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you're like, you know what, I want to let go.
Yeah.
But if you look back, you obviously have to sit back and see, what
Mm-hmm.
is this person going through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what you say is something that is like, uh what is the word for it? Like, you are not just letting go, right? I don't know. I'm just seeing this image. You're not just like, oh my god, your friend is bad, I'm just gonna let go,
Yeah.
kind of thing. That I would say that you use your wisdom, a discernment to see like, okay, whether is this the best
Yeah.
situation to do that or not. And yeah, I think that is also like one of the ways that we can approach friendship to
Mm-hmm.
that. um but again, I think the focus for today, it's to ask the question, like, what are the things that gels people together?
Mm.
Because I think a lot of people struggling either to make a friend
Yeah.
or stay in a friendship.
Yeah.
And it's okay to let go of certain friends.
Yeah.
It's okay to come to a point to realize that, hey, you know what, this friendship, maybe you're parting ways, and if that person is also not intentional
Yeah.
in building the friendship, it's also very, very
These
hard.
things that you say, right? What gel people together? We have another episode we called trauma bonding.
Yeah.
Remember, like one of the reason also like people stick together because of trauma, because like they
Yeah.
go through the same thing.
Yeah, so we also want to avoid that, you see.
Yes.
So again, because shared value is one, the things like that. But I think one more thing, for this conversation that makes a best friend, right? The recipe for a best friend is actually confrontation.
Mm.
Someone that will actually call you out.
That is so difficult for our age.
Yeah, it is very hard, and it's something like I challenge Kat, who's behind the camera, right? Like, hey, if you value this person and this person is your friend, I think you ought to confront about
Mm.
certain things that he or she is doing that is not right.
Yeah.
Because, and here's the thing, you might risk losing that
Losing.
friendship, right?
Mm.
But something that I have learned and I begin to see, especially when we, educate these young people about this, is that they, I want to say increase their aura. No, it's not that. They have this confidence of knowing what is right
Yeah.
and what is wrong.
Mhm.
Because when you don't confront,
Mm.
you actually allow yourself
Yeah.
for that problem to continue. You
Mm.
allow that bad habit. You allow that um uh stinky attitude
Yeah.
to continue on. But when
Yeah.
you confront, right? And again, I want to be very clear. It's not like confront like, hey, like no. I mean proper confrontation,
Yeah.
healthy manner, like, hey, Kat, I think you can do better in this area. I think what you said the other day, kind of hurt Emmanuel's
Yeah.
feelings. Can you maybe apologize to Emmanuel? Now,
Yeah.
Kat has a choice.
Yeah.
She can be like, who do you think you are? Shut up, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Or she could be, or the other way, you're like, oh man, okay, I better go and say sorry, right? And then what happens in that process, as I begin to see, is this confidence that Kat would have, in recognizing, oh, okay, this is right, this is wrong, you
Yeah.
know, and and we want to build more people like that,
Yeah.
and for me, I'm really grateful for friends who confront me.
Yeah.
It's hard.
You
It's
know,
not
I really witnessed
easy.
it. I really witnessed it that he didn't just talk it. I really witnessed you and your friends. You actually did this. You guys actually do it.
Yeah,
You do it to them, they do it to you.
yeah.
How does it feel
It's
like
it's 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 hard.
it's still hard for me
It's
until
hard.
now.
But here's the thing. I think it's also having the right people.
Uh-huh.
You know, I I don't want to make this a he's right to say a blanket statement where if you have every friend in your group like, hey,
Yeah.
confront me, like, hey, please tell me like what I've done wrong, because some people don't know you,
Yeah.
and they haven't journeyed with you. But I think it's also having that safe space, knowing that person, and really, again, it's a risk thing,
Yeah.
where you're being
Has any of
vulnerable.
your good friend did that to you? Like
Yeah, so
confront?
like, for example, it's an annual thing, right? Annual
Uh,
thing. um my, my good friend, TK Kason, right,
mm,
would actually sit down, and he's older than us,
yeah.
me and Johnston, right, and he would actually say, ask, like, hey guys, is there anything that I can improve? Tell
Mm.
me.
Wow.
So at first, this was like many years back, we're like, what, nothing, you're good, everything perfect, kind of thing. But after over time, because he gave us that permission, we get a little bolder,
Mm,
like, hey, I think, yeah, you can do better in this area. I want
mm,
to challenge you to do better, and as he also speaks into our life,
mm.
right? And, shout out to Caleb as well, another friend, who, when we sit down and talk, we'll be like, okay, bro, what are the things that I could do better?
Mm.
What are the things that I feel that you could do better, and we go back and forth. And, this is not related to best friends,
Mhm.
but you've seen how as I lead our community and with our leaders, I practice this. I
Yeah.
practice this with our, more senior leaders.
Mhm.
And I'll be like, okay, guys, this is a safe space.
Mhm.
For the next, couple of minutes, if you feel that this person could do better in anything,
Yeah.
why not you voice out? I remember we went for like some of our
Yeah.
retreats, right, together, and we create that session. It's both scary and liberating, because we've seen people grown from it. Like, oh yeah, You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But we've also seen people who are like, there, come again, lah. Cat is talking about me, lah.
Mm.
You know, I'm the one that has all the problem, right? And so there's a lot of layers involved here. Maturity, and we can go on and on. But I
Yeah.
think another part of the recipe um, is confrontation.
Mm.
You know, to actually again, the purpose of confrontation is not to correct you for the sake of correcting you,
Mm.
or to correct you to prove something right. It's not that. You want to see that person grow
Yep.
and thrive in that process. So yeah, I mean, we can go on and on
Yeah.
about this area,
Okay.
but if you are struggling, sorry baby, I cut you. What do you want to say? Sorry, you want to say
One
something?
last question.
Okay, go ahead. I was
So
about to
for
end the podcast.
sorry, like because this topic is relatable to me,
Okay.
I can learn. But I'm sure that our listeners, some of them, they are maybe in the similar position like me.
Right.
Like for those who are looking for a friendship like this,
Mhm.
to have a best friend, what you can tell them, what you can encourage them, like how should they do that? How can they make friendship, best friend?
I think it goes back to the focus of like you yourself as a person.
Yeah.
You know, are you? Do you even like yourself?
Mm.
You know, do you think you are? How do I say this?
They're so good.
If you don't like yourself and you know you are so negative about yourself
Mhm.
all the time, just imagine the kind of aura and energy that you're just emitting all the time.
Yeah.
You know, who wants to be a friend
Mm.
with you? I think just check that 1st.
Mhm.
You know, like I think if you come with the intention that you want to make friends and
Mhm.
all of it, I'm sure you will attract friends. But
Mm.
here's the thing: you cannot force people to be your friends.
Yep.
You know, maybe that should be a topic another day. You
Uh-huh.
cannot force people to be your friends, because I've seen people who made the mistake of like, okay, I want to be friends with Caroline.
Mm.
So they do whatever it takes to be your friend.
Mhm.
And you also feel weirded out, like, okay, thank you for celebrating my birthday. Thank you for remembering me. Thank you, for doing all this. But it feels like this person is crossing a boundary.
Mm.
Like, tell me, Caroline, like, I want to know more about you. But
Mm.
you're like, okay, sure, but chill, I mean?
Mhm.
I also don't want to say that, friendship should be organic and natural.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, there are some friendships that take place that way, but sometimes it could be in the proximity in the space
Yep.
where, friendship could kick off. Like, for example, yesterday, I saw, the deepening of a friendship. Kat is a person who's quite reserved sometimes, right? But yesterday, we had lunch, and Lara and Chin were talking to her, these people in our community. And because of the energy that Lara and Chin has, suddenly, Kat starts sharing her secrets, pouring out all her secrets about, I don't want to say. And it's really, you can't uh, what is the word for it? You can't uh oh man, that word slip off my head. You can't force those moments. It's not like,
It's a click moment.
it has a
Yeah.
click moment, right?
Mm.
Lara and Chin cannot be like, okay, Kat, we
Tell
are going to
us.
be best friends now. Talk to me now. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
It's a lot of I share my vulnerable side, and then maybe Kat's wall is down. She begins to
Mm.
trust, and then she begins to share. Like, so, these are the different things. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think it begins by, do you even like yourself? Like, because if you start, being like taking care of yourself and being a likable person, you make friends in no
Mm.
time, especially this time where an age where people find it very hard to make friends at times, and the only friend that they have sometimes is just behind a screen,
Mm.
so we want to encourage,
Yeah.
and so if you are struggling in this area, you are not alone. You can seek professional help. But if you ever need a listening ear, hey, our community, we are here for you. So that's all for this episode. Yeah, I think we should do a part 2 of this, babe. There's a lot more to unpack here. All
Yeah.
right, take care, guys.